Today on SVG News, hold on to your brains because this dead GTA DLC might just be crawling back from the grave. Ooh.
It's spooky.
But probably not. Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the best-selling games of all time. Since its initial release in 2013, the game has gone on to sell more than 120 million copies. A good reason for this longevity is the continued expansion of Grand Theft Auto Online. However, many fans still feel cheated by the fact that we never received any single-player story DLCs for the main game. What many people may not realize is that we almost did get some story expansions, but they ended up being cancelled. We know that plenty of material has been removed from GTA games over the years, but why were the planned DLCs for Rockstar's game's biggest game scrapped? This goes way beyond removing a character or rewriting a mission before finalizing a game's build. What's the deal here?
Are you kidding me?
Well, it actually came down to a combination of factors, as explained by Rockstar design director Imran Sura. With GTA 5, the single-player game was absolutely massive and very complete. It was 3 games in one. The next-gen versions took a year of everyone's time to get right, then the online component had a lot of potential, but to come close to realizing that potential also soaked up a lot of resources. And then there are other games, in particular Red Dead Redemption 2. The combination of these 3 factors means for this game, we did not feel single-player expansions were either possible or necessary.
I appreciate your honesty.
In other words, the time sort of passed for Rockstar to really dig into making story DLCs for GTA 5, considering how time-consuming porting the game to Xbox One and to PlayStation 4 was. Maintaining and building upon Grand Theft Auto Online also became a major priority for the company, with the remaining team resources being consumed by work on Red Dead Redemption 2. Then there's the feeling Sura expressed that the story campaign already felt big enough to satisfy fans. This was also the reason why Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't end up receiving any single-player expansions, which similarly disappointed fans. In addition to the developers' desire to focus on Red Dead Online, producer Tariq Hamad explained, "We've said it before, but we all love single-player games, and Red Dead Redemption 2's absolutely massive story and equally massive epilogue are hopefully evidence of that." In other words, Rockstar would like for players to be happy with the sizable campaigns they have already received. Otherwise, the company is 100% focused on expanding the online components of these games, rather than the base experience. So what would the cancelled material have entailed? Well, we have a few ideas, thanks to some data miners who have been rooting around in GTA 5's code. One of the juiciest tidbits involves a zombie apocalypse scenario. There were originally plans for our heroes to fight their way through undead hordes in a post-apocalyptic Los Santos, kind of like Red Dead Redemption's standalone Undead Nightmare DLC.
Uncle! You dumb son of a stop!
As explained by data miner Tez2, this DLC would have gone above and beyond simply adding new flesh-eating NPCs. Tez2 explained, "What Rockstar was planning to do with the single-player DLC can be compared to adding a whole new map expansion. They have plans to redesign 80 or 90% of the map to fit a specific theme. Rockstar would make changes to the whole map to fit the zombie apocalypse theme. With that much work going into the DLC plans, it's not surprising that Rockstar found itself stretched too thin when other projects came about. That being said, there are also other examples of planned DLC that we eventually did see, just in a different form. The Diamond Casino and Resort DLC was originally intended for GTA 5 story mode, but it was later tailored to work specifically with Grand Theft Auto Online. In other words, there's a chance that we may still see some of these DLC concepts play out down the road. We just may see them arrive in a different form. Maybe there's a chance that the recently confirmed Grand Theft Auto 6 will find some way of incorporating zombie shootouts.